After happily settling down with Elena Fisher after the events of Uncharted 3, 3 years later, Nathan Drake's long-lost and thought-to-be-dead brother Sam resurfaces. He requests his help to find the treasure of the Pirate King, Henry Avery, in order to pay a debt. The game looks genuinely stunning on PlayStation 4. The set pieces are what you'd come to expect from Uncharted's signature blend of wide-open environments and bombastic cinematic action. The acting is what we've come to expect from the series. Nolan North is great with Nathan Drake's witty one-liners and wisecracks. Richard McGonagall's great as the suave, smooth Victor Sullivan. New members of the cast include Troy Baker, who plays Samuel, Drake's brother, as well as Warren Cole, who plays the game's antagonist, Rafe Adler, and Laura Bailey, who plays Nadine Ross, the second antagonist of the game. One of the game's weakest links is actually its story. The plot is very slow moving for the first half of the game. Most of it is due to the fact that it needs to introduce and develop characters like Sam and Rafe. Sam acts as a catalyst to get Nate back into the world of adventure. Because of this, the game doesn't really pick up steam until after level 10. Some of the levels were even short as well. Gameplay is the usual bread and butter you'd come to expect from the previous Uncharted games, with some new added mechanics. There is a new grappling hook that allows you to access more areas and adds swinging to the mix. There is also a climbing pick which is introduced later on in the game, which allows you to climb higher in some areas. The stealth sections, which were always optional in the previous games, have seen a major improvement. The player now has the ability to hide in tall grass, making it easier to remain hidden, as well as a sight indicator that shows when enemies potentially spot you. They've also added the ability to mark enemies in the vein of Far Cry 3 and other games like Metal Gear Solid 5. It feels earned to get a stealth attack on enemies and remain unseen for long periods of times. In the previous installments, whenever an enemy spotted you, they always spotted you from a mile away, almost like the enemies had 2010 vision. Whereas in this game, whenever I was spotted by an enemy, I felt as if I've earned it due to carelessness. Collectibles are still more or less the same. They feel they're for solely perfectionists who want to get the trophy for finding all the collectibles. It just feels more or less that they're just there for the sake of being there and that it adds things to do. Multiplayer has never been a defining feature of this series. It's always been a cinematic single-player experience. However, in this installment, I would say that multiplayer is the best in the series. It was frantic and fun. With promised free expansion packs, I have a feeling I won't be putting this game down anytime soon. This game is a fitting farewell to one of the best video game series of recent times. I personally feel the series kind of ran out of steam after Uncharted 2, making this a very bittersweet goodbye to one of our favourite games. I'm giving Uncharted 4 a 4 out of 5 stars.